Scott Mescudi, better known by his stage name Kid Cudi, is an American recording artist and actor from Cleveland, Ohio. After moving to Brooklyn, New York, with aspirations of becoming a rapper, Cudi initially gained recognition after the release of his first official full-length project, a mixtape titled A Kid Named Cudi, which he released in 2008. The mixtape caught the attention of American record executive and rapper-producer Kanye West, who subsequently signed Cudi to his Good Music record label, in late 2008. Cudi's association with West and the Good Music label, as well as his breakout single Day and Night, led him to prominence. Cudi, who is also a singer-songwriter, guitarist and record producer, is currently signed under Republic Records, as well as his own label imprint, Wicked Awesome Records, which he founded in 2011. In 2009, Cudi's debut single Day and Night reached the top 5 of the Billboard charts. Day and Night was included on the mixtape as well as his debut studio album Man on the Moon, The End of Day, which was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. The End of Day also features the singles Make Her Say and Pursuit of Happiness, both of which fared well on several music charts. In 2010, Cudi released his second studio album and the sequel to his first, Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Mr. Rager. The sequel was preceded by the release of 2 singles, Erase Me, and Mr. Rager, both of which were released to moderate success, with Erase Me peaking at number 22 on the Billboard Hot 100. The album itself peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200, surpassing its predecessor in both sales and peak position. Very much like his debut, The Legend of Mr. Rager also went on to be certified gold by the RIAA. In April 2013, Cudi released ʻkɪd, his third studio album. The album was primarily produced by Cudi himself and peaked at number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart, becoming Cudi's highest-charting album on several charts, as well as that one. The album spawned the singles Just What I Am, Immortal, and Girls. In February 2014, Cudi unexpectedly released his fourth album Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon, exclusively to digital retailers, with little to no promotion. In 2009, Cudi had teamed up with American record producers Plain Pat and Emil Haney, to launch their record label imprint Dream On, in partnership with Universal Motown and Kanye West's Good Music. In October 2010, Cudi announced that he was teaching himself how to play the guitar and that he would be forming a rock band, now known as WZRD, with his longtime friend and frequent collaborator Dar Genius. In February 2011, Cudi announced the Dream On record label had been dissolved due to creative differences. Later in April 2011, while performing at New York City unregistered trademark S. Rosalind Ballroom, Cudi announced he was launching a label on his own, Wicked Awesome Records. WZRD ultimately released their eponymous debut album on February 28, 2012, under Wicked Awesome and Republic. The album debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and at number 1 on both the Top Rock Albums and Top Alternative Albums charts. In 2013, Cudi announced his departure from Good Music, to focus on Wicked Awesome Records. He left on good terms and has stayed heavily associated with the label. Kid Cudi has sold over 5.2 million digital singles and has worked with artists such as Kanye West, Jay-Z, Common, Mary J. Blige, David Guetta, Shakira, Management, Rat-a-tat, Snoop Dogg and Michael Bolton. With his originality and creativity, as well as the emotion he conveys in his music, Cudi has amassed a large cult-like following among high school students, college students and stoners alike. In 2010, Cudi starred in the HBO series How to Make It in America, as part of the main cast, until its cancellation in 2011. He has also starred in 2 short films Maniac and Cruel Summer, directed by Shia LaBeouf and Kanye West, respectively. Cudi has appeared in films such as Goodbye World and Need for Speed, and has also made appearances on television shows such as One Tree Hill, The Cleveland Show and the Fox comedy series Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Early life. Kid Cudi was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and grew up in Shaker Heights and Solon. He is the youngest of 4 children, with two brothers, Domingo and Dean, and his sister, Mesha. His mother, Elsie, is a middle school choir teacher at Roxborough Middle School in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. His father, Lindbergh Stiles Mescudi, was a house painter, substitute teacher and World War II Air Force veteran. His father was of Mexican and African American ancestry, while his mother is African American. When he was 11 years old, Cudi's father died of cancer. His passing had a significant effect on Cudi's personality and subsequently his music. Cudi attended Shaker Heights High School for 2 years before transferring to Solon High School. He was expelled from the school for threatening to punch his principal and would later earn his GED. Cudi studied film at the University of Toledo, dropping out after a year. He was determined to join the U.S. Navy but was denied due to his juvenile police record. Music career, 2003–2008, beginnings in New York. Cudi first began rapping towards the end of his high school career, inspired by alternative hip-hop groups such as The Pharcyde and A Tribe Called Quest. He moved to Brooklyn in New York City to pursue a music career. Upon his arrival, he stayed with his uncle. "I was working at this restaurant in Cleveland. There was this white dude in his 40s who was cool as shit and would tell me, 'Yo, Euro unregistered trademark re funny and people like you. You need to move the fuck out of Ohio and just do this.' My uncle told me I could come out there and stay with him in the South Bronx until I got on my feet. Euro unregistered trademark D never met him. This was my father Euro unregistered trademark S older brother, the last of my father Euro unregistered trademark S siblings, so I wanted to make that connection anyway. I moved in 2004 with my little demo and maybe $500. Shortly after he moved from Cleveland, a BAPE store opened up in the city, where he later applied for a job. I discovered what BAPE was when I moved to NY. The store opened up shortly after I moved from Cleveland. I was always a fan of the brand but it just wasn't a Euro unregistered trademark tee something I could afford back then. I remember working there my first couple of weeks in the same uniform cause I didn't a Euro unregistered trademark tee own anything prior to being hired. So it was a dream come true to be able to work at the store I dreamed of shopping in one day. Over a couple of years I might have applied at the store 3 or 4 times before the last attempt that got me hired. I fell in love with BAPE because of their color selection and artwork. I love the style of their cartoons. While working there Cudi met future mentor Kanye West, for the first time after forgetting to remove an anti-theft device from a jacket West had purchased. His uncle later kicked him out, leading to his writing day and night. My uncle that I lived with passed in 2006. We were actually beefing because he forced me out the house when I didn't a Euro unregistered trademark tee have another situation set up, so I was bitter. I never apologized for it, and that kills me. For a Euro unregistered trademark SY I wrote day and night. If he wasn't a Euro unregistered trademark tee there to let me stay with him those first few months, there would be no Kid Cudi. It fucked me up watching him go, but it was like, I have to fulfill this destiny now for sure. Things were moving but they weren't a Euro unregistered trademark tee solidified yet. I had day a Euro unregistered trademark now a Euro unregistered trademark night, we were just getting started, and I was like, this shit has got to pop off. I wasn't a Euro unregistered trademark tee taking no for an answer. In July 2008, Kid Cudi released his first mixtape, A Kid Named Cudi, in collaboration with New York streetwear brand 10 Deep as a free download. The mixtape caught the attention of Kanye West, whose then manager Plain Pat, had introduced Cudi's music to him, subsequently leading West to sign Cudi to his Good Music imprint later that year. Kanye West first called upon Cudi to reference hooks for American rapper and mogul Jay-Z, and while in the studio Cudi and West went from working on the Blueprint 3 to 808s and Heartbreak. KUD-ee a Euro unregistered trademark S assistance on the latter includes co-writing credits on Heartless, Welcome to Heartbreak, Paranoid, and RoboCop. West later stated that he and Cudi were the originators of the style, kinda like what Alexander McQueen is to Fashion Euro. Everything else is just Zara and H&M. Kid Cudi was a prominent songwriter and featured artist on 808s and Heartbreak, with Paranoid and Heartless being released as singles, while Welcome to Heartbreak peaked at number 87 on the Pop 100. Cudi was promoted as an artist to watch for in media such as Rolling Stone, Vibe, The Source, XXL and BBC News' 2009 Sound of Pole. MTV News reported on Cudi on a series of reports MCs to watch in 2009. His first television appearance was at the 2008 MTV Video Music Awards, alongside Travis Barker and DJ Am. 2009 Euro 2010, Man on the Moon series. In late 2008, Cudi was revealed to be included in XXL's 2009 annual freshman class. He was featured on the cover alongside fellow up-and-coming rappers Asher Raf, Whale, B.O.B., Charles Hamilton, Corey Guns, Blue, Mickey Factz, Ace Hood and Curran $Y. On February 17, 2009, he appeared on Snoop Dogg's MTV talk show Dog After Dark, performing day and night at the end of the show. 2 days later on February 19, 2009, Cudi appeared on Bet's 106 and Park, alongside Kanye West to debut the music video of Day and Night. On February 25, 2009, Cudi self-leaked a teaser trailer for the upcoming Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen film, using his song Sky Might Fall in the background. Later he posted that he made the trailer himself and was in talks to possibly making it official. In February 2009, Kid Cudi also made a cameo appearance next to Solange, in the video for her song Tony. On March 16, 2009, Kid Cudi performed on MTV's Spring Break special, and the following day he performed 3 songs on NBC's Last Call with Carson Daly. Cudi teamed up with partner and record producer Emile Haney, to produce an exclusive single titled Switchin' Lanes, for the video game Midnight Club, Los Angeles, part of its South Central Premium Upgrade downloadable content, which came out March 19, 2009, for the PlayStation 3 and March 27, 2009, for the Xbox 360. He has also appeared as a musical guest on The Late Show with David Letterman and Jimmy Kimmel Live. In June 2009, he made a cameo in the Black Eyed Peas video for I Got a Feeling, alongside David Guetta, where the two met for the first time and subsequently recorded their international hit Memories. In 2009, he had also been on 2 magazine covers, Complex and URB. Japanese clothing company Bape awarded Cudi his own T-shirt in September 2009, in reward for his music and past employment there when living in New York City. He revealed information about his future plans via his blog, saying that a possible collaborative album with Chip Tharapa could be followed with a collaborative project with electro-rock duo Ratatat. On May 5, 2009, Iranian-American progressive house DJ Sharam released She Came Along, the lead single from his debut studio album, Get Wild. The song, featuring Cudi, charted for 15 weeks on the Bulgaria Singles Top 40. It entered the chart on position 40 on week 30/2009, and its last appearance was on week 44/2009. It peaked at number 11, where it stayed for 1 week. During the summer of 2009, Cudi joined fellow up-and-coming rappers Asher Roth and B.O.B. for the Great Hangover concert tour. In late 2009, Kid Cudi was featured on the highly anticipated Jay-Z album The Blueprint 3, on the song Already Home. Cudi's debut album Man on the Moon, The End of Day, was released on Universal Motown Records on September 15, 2009 and sold 104,419 copies in the first week and charted at number 4. The album's lead single Day and Night, Kid Cudi's greatest commercial success thus far, charted well in both the US and in Europe. The second single released was Make Her Say, which features a sample from Lady Gaga's hit single Poker Face, and performances by Kanye West and Common. Common was also featured throughout the album, as the narrator. In September 2009, Cudi co-headlined 50 Cent's 50 Fest concert, along with fellow rapper Whale. In a late 2009 interview, Cudi announced that the follow-up to his debut album would be a compilation album entitled ʻkʌdi and the Revolution of Evolution, which would have many collaborations. He stated he had already recorded songs with Snoop Dogg, Travis Barker, Clips, Cage and Pharrell, and would also like to work with Drake, Green Day, Kings of Leon, Robin Thicke, The Killers and the Postal Service on the album. It was also rumored that Man on the Moon, The End of Day would be followed up by a sequel titled Man on the Moon, The Ghost and the Machine, and that the Man on the Moon series would be a trilogy. Kid Cudi was nominated for 3 2010 Grammy Awards, for his singles Day and Night, and Make Her Say. In January 2010, Cudi released Man on the Moon, The End of Day's third and final single Pursuit of Happiness, which was eventually certified platinum by the RIAA. In 2010, Kid Cudi was featured on Snoop Dogg's re-release of Malice in Wonderland, titled More Malice, on the lead single That Tree. Cudi also teamed up with independent artist Johnny Polygon, to remix Polygon's The Riot song, which appears on his mixtape Rebel Without Applause. On April 20, 2010, Kid Cudi announced that the name of his second album would not be Cutter and the Revolution of Evolution, but Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Mr. Rager. On June 11, 2010, Kid Cudi was arrested in the Chelsea neighborhood of the Manhattan borough in New York City and charged with felony criminal mischief and possession of a controlled substance. Despite his arrest, he was released and made it to Manchester, Tennessee in time to play at Bonnaroo. The lead single from Cudi's second studio album, titled Erase Me, features Kanye West and was produced by Jim Johnson. The song debuted on a Cleveland radio station June 30, 2010, and was officially released to Rhythm Crossover Radio on August 17, 2010. The title track Mr. Rager was released as a promotional single shortly before the album's release. The album, released November 9, 2010, debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 chart, with first-week sales of 169,000 copies. In its second week it crossed the 200,000 sales mark. In 2010, Kid Cudi appeared on several songs for Kanye West's weekly free music giveaway Good Fridays, including Good Friday, Christian Dior Denim Flow, and The Joy, the latter of which later became a bonus track on the Jay-Z and Kanye West collaborative album Watch the Throne. 2011 Euro 2012, New Direction and WZRD. In October 2010, Cudi had announced that he would be forming a rock band with frequent collaborator Genius, tentatively called Wizard. In early 2011, he announced that he would be releasing a mixtape titled A Man Named Scott, reminiscent of his A Kid Named Cudi title, prior to the rock album. On February 26, 2011, Cudi took to his Twitter account to announce that Dream On, the record label he launched back in 2009 with partners Patrick Oe Plain Party Reynolds and producer Emile Haney, has been dissolved. However, in an interview with Complex magazine, Cudi explained they were all still on good terms. I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to take control of things myself. Those are still my guys, Pat and Emile, and I'm still going to work with them in the future. When we start working on Man on the Moon 3 a Euro unregistered trademark LLB calling them up to see if they want to be a part of it. I know Emile is definitely down. We had an issue, but we Euro unregistered trademark remen and we were able to figure it out and move forward. Theory a Euro unregistered trademark S no hard feelings. In March 2011, Cudi announced that a music video for Marijuana would be released in the spring, followed by a music video for Mr. Rager in the summer. Then he would release a short film, directed by Shia LaBeouf, inspired by his song Maniac, with Cage, in October 2011. In April 2011, while performing at New York City a Euro unregistered trademark S Rosalind Ballroom, Kid Cudi announced he was launching his own record label. The new label, which he will be releasing his third studio album on, is called Wicked Awesome Records. He also renamed his band on the same occasion to To Be Continuum, renaming it from the original Wizard. Kid Cudi explained his reasoning saying, I needed something more original, something different, but a Euro unregistered trademark S still wizardry at its finest. On August 12, 2011, Kid Cudi released the music video for No One Believes Me, directed by Fright Night director Craig Gillespie. The song, produced by Genius, features Cudi singing and contains elements of rock music. On August 21, Kid announced that he would no longer be releasing the A Man Named Scott mixtape, so that he can focus on his rock project and his third solo album Man on the Moon 3. Kid Cudi released the music video for his second album's title track Mr. Rager, on September 8, 2011. The video has received all positive reviews from critics and fans alike. Despite saying he will not do many more features for other artists in Complex Magazine's October-November 2011 cover story, Cudi appeared on Brian Greenberg's second studio album We Don't Have Forever, Travis Barker's Give the Drummer Some, The Knucks' Eraser, and Whale's Ambition, respectively. On October 30, 2011, Cudi released Maniac, a short horror film co-starring Cage and directed by Shia LaBeouf, through his blog. On November 13, 2011, a previously unreleased mixtape of material Cudi had recorded from 2002 to 2003, under the pseudonym Kid Mescudi, titled Rap Hard leaked online. On November 18, 2011, Cudi renamed his band for the second time to WZRD. He also announced that the upcoming rock project would be released on his 28th birthday, January 30, 2012. In late 2011, Cudi was mentioned in a viral video by vlogger Ben Breedlove, about his near-death experiences. After Breedlove's death on December 26, 2011, Cudi commented on his thoughts about inspiring the young kid. "I am so sad about Ben Breedlove," Kid Cudi wrote on his TUMBLR blog. "I watched the video he left for the world to see, and him seeing me in detail, in his vision really warmed my heart. I broke down, I am to tears because I hate how life is so unfair. This has really touched my heart in a way I can't describe, this is why I do what I do. Why I write my life, and why I love you all so much. Life is really up sometimes, but I know Ben is at peace, and I hope he gets a chance to sit and talk with my dad. We love you, Ben. Forever. Thank you for loving me. To be in a Euro unregistered trademark S family, you raised a real hero, hey Euro unregistered trademark S definitely mine. You have my love." In January 2012, Cudi appeared on 2 songs from Chip the Ripper's mixtape Tell Ya Friends, Ride For You, which also featured Far East Movement and Glorious, which credited the duo as they are collectively known, the Almighty Glorious. This led to speculation that a long-awaited project from the two was underway. On January 31, Cudi announced through his Twitter feed that he had completed WZRD and that his next album was the collaborative effort with Chip the Ripper. In 2012, Cudi was featured on the soundtrack to the film The Hunger Games, crafting an original song for the film titled The Ruler and the Killer. Referring to The Ruler and the Killer, Cudi wrote on his Twitter feed, "I could not have done it without my producing partners on the project for the film, the legendary and godly T-Bone Burnett and Greg Wells." While working on the band's self-titled debut, Cudi claims he had writer's block for almost 5 months because of his new sobriety. Something that had never happened to him for such an extended period of time. According to Kid Cudi, bands that inspired the album include Electric Light Orchestra, Jimi Hendrix, Nirvana and Pink Floyd. The album includes a song titled, Where Did You Sleep Last Night? A cover of the same titled song by Nirvana, who in turn were inspired by blues guitar legend Lead Belly's rendition of the traditional folk song. Following WZRD's release on February 28, 2012, the album debuted at number 3 on the US Billboard 200 chart, with first-week sales of 66,000 physical and digital copies in the United States. The album also debuted on the Top Rock Albums and Top Alternative Albums at number 1, and at number 9 on the Canadian Albums chart respectively. 2012 A Euro Present, Indiad and Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon. In April 2012, in Genzio, New York, Cudi performed before a sold-out crowd and premiered a hip-hop song, his first since 2010. During his set, he performed a new record, tentatively titled The Leader of the Delinquents, which he did a cappella. On April 25, 2012, Cudi was officially back to rapping with the release of Dennis, Hook Me Up with Some More of That Whiskey. The song, the first ever solely produced by Cudi himself, samples his 2010 song Ghost. In June 2012, Cudi was seen in the music video for Mercy, the lead single from Good Music's compilation album Cruel Summer, in which he, along with other Good Music recording artists, were featured on. Cudi was ultimately featured on 2 songs from the compilation, The Morning, and a solo track originally meant for Man on the Moon 2, titled Creepers, produced by Dan Black. In the summer of 2012, Cudi announced the title of his 3rd studio album to be ʻkɪd when he tweeted, "My new album is entitled ʻkɪd, it will be my version of the Chronic 2001, some songs I'll produce, others I'll feat and / or play songwriter." On June 8, 2012, Cudi announced ʻkɪd will be a double-disc album. On August 12, Kid Cudi released the lead single from ʻkɪd, a song titled Just What I Am, featuring his friend and longtime collaborator King Chip. The album was announced to be released in early 2013 with Cudi focusing on scoring movies, followed by the 3rd installment of the Man on the Moon series. Cudi then added that ʻkɪd will feature more up-tempos and that it will consist of at most 17 new songs. The music video for Just What I Am, which marked Cudi's directorial debut, premiered November 6, 2012 on VEVO and was shot in Los Angeles with fans invited to participate in the video unregistered trademark S shoot. On November 7, he revealed the album's 2nd official single's title to be Immortal, and that it again was produced by himself like the 2 previous releases, Just What I Am, and King Wizard. He claimed the song will make you feel amazing in the heart and soul. The song was officially released via iTunes on March 14, 2013. On March 14, 2013, Kid Cudi performed at My Spatial unregistered trademark S South by Southwest secret show in Austin, Texas, and after performing his many hits, he previewed a new verse from ʻkɪd. He also revealed that the album would feature 18 tracks, while officially confirming A$AP Rocky and Michael Bolton as featured guests. On March 16, Cudi announced that he would release the album's tracklist and cover art on April 2. 3 days later, Kid Cudi announced via Twitter that the album had officially been completed and turned into his label, Universal Republic. On March 26, the album's cover art and tracklist was unveiled by Walmart and later Complex. Later that day, Cudi appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live and performed the album's lead singles, Just What I Am, and Immortal, as well as premiering Mad Solar, which he performed a cappella. On April 2, 2013, Kid Cudi announced on Power 106 that he was no longer under Kanye West's Good Music imprint. Cudi revealed he left the label on good terms, with him saying West respected his decision and will always be Big Brother. Cudi also stated he knew about this for 6 months, saying he made the decision to tell West after speaking with Jay-Z on the matter. Cudi's decision to move forward without West was his desire to focus on his own imprint, Wicked Awesome Records, and his friend, fellow rapper King Chip. After ʻkɪd leaked online in its entirety on April 9, 2013, Kid Cudi decided to push the album's release date up to April 16. The album went on to debut at number 2 on the charts by moving 140,000 copies. In late 2013, Kid Cudi went on tour in support of ʻkɪd on the KUD Life Tour 2013. The tour was announced on July 15 with tickets going on sale the following day. Supporting acts on the tour included fellow American rappers Big Sean, Tyler, The Creator and Logic. While on tour, on October 16, 2013, Kid Cudi announced he would be releasing an extended play, sometime in the next 3 months. Cudi also revealed he would be producing it alongside Dr. Genius and that frequent collaborator King Chip would appear on the EP. He then called the EP a prelude to his 4th album Man on the Moon 3, which he announced would be released in 2015. On October 19, 2013, Cudi revealed Going to the Ceremony, a song he had released via online audio distribution platform SoundCloud, earlier in July, would be included in the EP. Cudi would also go on to reveal a remix of his hit single Day and Night, which was briefly previewed on the intro of his 2008 breakout mixtape A Kid Named Cudi, would also appear on the EP. On November 25, 2013, via his Twitter, Cudi revealed the title of the EP to be Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon. On December 16, 2013, Kid Cudi once again utilized SoundCloud to release Satellite Flight, the EP's title track. On January 27, 2014, Kid Cudi revealed on Twitter that Satellite Flight, Journey to Mother Moon would no longer be an EP, but a full-length album instead. In a February 2014 interview with MTV News, Cudi discussed the EP's transition to a full-fledged album and called the project his best work yet. "I'm really excited because it's my best work, and it's a surprise. People weren't really expecting it. I've never done two albums within a year of each other." On February 25, 2014, with only few hours' notice from Cudi, Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon was released exclusively to digital retailers. The album debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart, with first-week sales of 87,000 digital copies in the United States. On March 4, 2014, Cudi appeared on Chelsea Lately, where he was interviewed by Oscar-nominated actress Gabor Sidibe, to promote Satellite Flight and the 2014 film Need for Speed. On March 12, 2014, Cudi released a song titled Hero, a collaboration with American singer-songwriter Skylar Grey, recorded for the soundtrack to Need for Speed. On March 15, 2014, Cudi appeared on the Arsenio Hall Show, where he promoted the album, discussed the state of hip-hop, suicidal thoughts, Need for Speed, and performed the song Internal Bleeding, from the album. On April 8, 2014, Die Hirsch Mental Health Services announced that it would recognize mental health advocates Kid Cudi, Ronda Rousey and Natasha Tracy during its annual Erasing the Stigma Leadership Awards on April 24, at the Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles. Cudi also offered a special performance during the evening. Committed to helping depressed and suicidal youth through the power of music, Cudi joined Die Hirsch unregistered trademark Erasing the Stigma efforts as a mental health ambassador. Also in April, Cudi appeared on the cover of the inaugural issue of Fat Man magazine. On May 2, 2014, it was announced Cudi would headline Chicago's North Coast Music Festival, along with West Coast rapper Snoop Dogg. On May 11, 2014, Cudi revealed he would be writing and directing a short film for the Satellite Flight album cut Balmain Jeans, developing a short film for Balmain Jeans, a story about a spontaneous electric connection between two strangers. Acting career. In 2010, Kid Cudi made a guest appearance on American television drama One Tree Hill, starring as himself and performing his Man on the Moon 2 single Erase Me, on the show. In 2010, Kid Cudi also began starring in the HBO comedy series How to Make It in America, as part of the main cast, being credited by his birth name Scott Mescudi, until its cancellation after 2 seasons. On October 31, 2010, Kid Cudi released a short film, directed by Shia LaBeouf, in which he and fellow American rapper Cage, star in as French-speaking serial killers. The short film, titled Maniac, was inspired by Cudi's song of the same name, from his 2010 album Man on the Moon 2 and is an homage to the 1992 Belgian black comedy crime mockumentary Man Bites Dog. In May 2012, Kanye West premiered a short film, which West directed, at the Cannes Film Festival. According to MTV, Kid Cudi is the lead character, playing a car thief who falls for a blind Arabian princess. The film was shown on 7 different screens that turned on and off, giving various angles of each shot. In October 2012, it was announced Cudi would star in an indie romantic comedy titled Two Night Stand, alongside Anali Tipton and Miles Teller. Also in 2012, it was revealed Cudi would also star in an indie thriller film titled Tacoma, alongside Patricia Clarkson. In 2013, Cudi guest-starred in the animated TV series The Cleveland Show, voicing a character named Devon, in the season 4 episode Brown-Sized. In 2013, he also guest-starred on the comedy Fox comedy series Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where he played a criminal named Dustin Whitman. In 2013, it was revealed Cudi would then star in Goodbye World, alongside Adrian Grenier. In February 2014, it was revealed Cudi would appear in Entourage, the film adaptation of the HBO TV series of the same name. In January 2013, Cudi was cast in the film adaptation of Need for Speed. Need for Speed, which is Cudi's feature film debut, was released by Touchstone Pictures on March 14, 2014. On April 11, 2014, it was announced Cudi would star in a film titled James White, alongside Christopher Abbott and Cynthia Nixon. In addition to starring in the film, it was revealed Cudi is also working on the score as well. Personal life: Kid Cudi is lactose intolerant. In 2009, Cudi began dating model and environmentalist Jamie Baratta. They were in an on-again, off-again relationship, and were a prevalent couple in the music industry. They ultimately broke up in 2012, but not before Cudi dedicated a song to her titled Teleport to Me, Jamie, which he recorded with his rock band WZRD. On March 26, 2010, Cudi's daughter, Veda Wayman Mescudi, was born. Throughout 2012, Cudi was in a quiet custody battle with the mother of the child. Reports surfaced that Cudi gave up custody after his child's mother accused him of being an absentee father, as well as having violent tendencies and a long history of consistent drug and alcohol abuse. These claims were disputed by Cudi and his attorney in a statement, which noted, Cudi did not give up custody but reached an amicable agreement with the mother. That both parents are fit and proper persons to have custody of their child, as stated in the final custody judgment. Results came back negative for drugs in a drug test voluntarily taken by Cudi. And that the court acknowledged Cudi attempted to establish a relationship and visit his child since her birth and voluntarily provided financial support, including child support, rent and other monthly payments, for his daughter since her birth until the time that a child support order was entered as part of the normal course of the case. Details of the official custody agreement remain private. Cudi has since purchased a property in Chicago to be close to his daughter. In a 2013 interview, Cudi revealed that he had stopped smoking marijuana 2 years earlier, both for the sake of his child, and due to frustration with constantly being associated with the drug and stoner culture. Discography: Man on the Moon, The End of Day, Man on the Moon 2, The Legend of Mr. Rager WZRD in KUD-ee, Satellite Flight, The Journey to Mother Moon, Awards and Nominations. Filmography, References. External links. Official website, Kid Cudi at AllMusic, Kid Cudi at the Internet Movie Database, Kid Cudi on MySpace, Kid Cudi on Twitter.